People think nightmares end when you wake up. They don't. Sometimes the nightmare follows you, sits in the dark corner of your room and waits for you to close your eyes again. I learned that the night Selena Gomez walked toward me in my dream and warned me that something else was watching me while I slept. That night, I remember, the house felt heavier than usual. I live in a small apartment with my parents and younger sister in a quiet Muslim neighborhood where the loudest thing after 10 p.m. is usually the fridge humming. My parents had already gone to sleep. My sister was scrolling on her phone in the next room. I stayed up, as I often did, watching random videos and music clips, half awake, half distracted. I'd spent the last few weeks obsessed with celebrity news, feeding my mind with faces, gossip, and songs. There was something strangely comforting about that world, so far from mine, so bright, so carefully edited. That night, Selena Gomez's face lingered on my screen, in music videos, interviews, short clips. I didn't think anything of it. I just let it play until my eyes blurred. Around 2 a.m., I finally put my phone face down. I remember the blue glow disappearing, the room becoming that thick, velvety darkness that makes even familiar furniture look like strangers. I hadn't recited Ayatul Kursi. I hadn't said the evening adkar. I just pulled my blanket over my head and let sleep drag me under. The dream began so ordinary, I didn't realize it was a dream. I was in my own room, same pale walls, same wardrobe door that never closed properly, same small desk by the window. But the air felt heavier, like the room was underwater. Sounds were muffled, and the shadows in the corners were darker than they should have been. My phone screen lit up on the bed beside me, a notification. When I glanced at it, I saw a video thumbnail, Selena Gomez smiling. The play button pulsed slowly, like a heartbeat. I tapped it. The video opened, but instead of a stage or an interview, it was my room, from the angle of the wardrobe. I could see myself lying in bed, just as I was, blanket halfway over me. And there, in the doorway, someone was standing. The figure stepped forward into the weak, bluish light of the phone screen. Selena Gomez. Same face I'd just seen on YouTube, same hair, same soft smile. She walked toward the bed in the video, toward me. Then the camera angle changed, and suddenly the video was gone. She was in my room, not on the screen, at the foot of my bed, standing there, breathing quietly as if she had always belonged there. "Assalamu alaikum," she said, her voice warm. It didn't match the situation at all. My heart hammered. In that moment, some part of me knew this wasn't normal, but I felt frozen, like my tongue had turned to stone. Her eyes focused on me with an intensity I've never seen on any screen. She started walking slowly around the bed, the way someone circles an animal they're studying. Her footsteps made no sound against the floor. The room remained eerily silent, no distant cars, no fridge hum, nothing. "I've been watching you," she whispered. "You watch me, you listen to me, you fall asleep with my voice in your ears." I tried to speak, but my jaw felt locked. My lips parted, but no sound came out. I could only watch her as she leaned in closer, her hair falling forward like a curtain. Her face was inches from mine. Something was wrong. Up close, her eyes were too dark, like there was no distinction between iris and pupil, just an endless black that seemed to pull my gaze inward. Her skin, flawless from afar, rippled slightly, like heat over asphalt. "Do you like me that much?" she asked. "Enough to forget to say your adhkar? Enough to fall asleep without remembering Allah?" Her words hit me like ice. Somewhere, from deep inside my confusion, a memory surfaced. Ibn Taymiyyah saying that the more a person is attached to something, the more the jinn can use that attachment to approach them. I couldn't remember the exact wording, but the idea was clear. I tried to turn away, to wake up, but my body wouldn't move. Sleep paralysis, except this time I knew I was dreaming. My heart thudded so loud I was sure she could hear it. Her smile widened, too wide. The corners of her mouth began to stretch, slowly, unnaturally, tearing the boundaries of her face. The skin at the sides of her lips thinned, then split, dark and wet, as her mouth expanded almost to her ears. There were too many teeth, long, narrow, gleaming in that strange dim light. Her jaw opened wider and wider, as if unhinged, as if she could swallow my entire head. "Don't be afraid," she said, though every word twisted my insides. "I'm not the one you should fear." I wanted to scream, "A'udhu billah," to recite Ayat al-Kursi, but in the dream my tongue was heavy and dry. My mind raced, flipping through verses half remembered. Indeed, he sees you, he and his tribe, from where you do not see them. I knew it was from Surah Al-A'raf. I thought of Ibn Kathir explaining that the jinn move where we cannot see, hiding in shadows of the unseen. She leaned closer to my ear, mouth still grotesquely stretched. I could hear a sound coming from deep in her throat, like distant whispering layered over itself, many voices speaking at once. "It's here," she breathed, "in your room, even now." A wave of cold rolled over me, starting at the base of my spine and crawling upward. Her words didn't feel like a threat. They felt like a report, like she was simply telling me something she could see that I could not. "It watches you when you scroll," she continued, "when you take off your hijab, thinking no one is looking, when you cry into your pillow at night, when you fall asleep without the name of Allah on your lips." My vision blurred, not from tears but from sheer terror. I forced my lips to move, and a broken whisper escaped me. A'udhu billah. The moment I said that, her expression changed. The too wide smile faltered. The darkness in her eyes flickered like a disturbed flame. For the first time, she looked irritated. "Don't say that," she hissed, though her voice never rose above a whisper. "You never say that before you sleep. Why now?" I felt a spark of defiance through the fear. My voice came again, a little stronger. "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim." Her face twisted. The illusion of Selena began to fray. Strands of her hair darkened, then faded into a shifting, smoky blackness. Her features blurred at the edges, as if someone was erasing her face, but leaving the eyes behind. Those stayed, twin holes of deep, bottomless night. The room around us warped. The walls seemed to lean inward, the ceiling lowering. Shadows lengthened from the corners, filling the space with a suffocating presence. I could feel something else now, beyond her, something larger, watching from just beyond the edge of my sight. "It sits," she said slowly, each word heavy, "in that corner, the one you never look at when the lights are off." Her eyes, now only black voids, rolled toward the far corner of my room, the one behind my desk. Against my will, my gaze followed. At first I saw nothing, just darkness piled in on itself, thicker there than anywhere else. Then, as my eyes adjusted, I realized the darkness had shape. A tall, hunched outline, darker than the dark, like a cutout in reality itself. It wasn't moving, but it was aware, watching. The instant I understood that, I felt its attention shift, like a beam of pressure pressing against my chest. My heartbeat staggered, my lungs forgot how to breathe. I tried to shout the Shahada, but my lips formed the words silently. Panic surged in my veins like fire. I thought of a hadith I once read. The Prophet ﷺ said that reciting Ayat al-Kursi at night keeps a devil away until morning, and I had gone to sleep without it. I had chosen TikTok over protection. The shadow in the corner seemed to swell, growing taller, stretching up the wall, its edges writhing. A low, almost imperceptible sound filled the room, like grinding stones far underground. I knew with a knowledge deeper than reason, this was not imagination. This was not a dream monster. This was something from Alam al-Ghayb, the world of the unseen, taking advantage of my heedlessness. The not Selena leaned in so close I could feel a chill seeping from her into my skin. "It likes you," she murmured. "It has been waiting for you to notice it." I forced every bit of will I had into my tongue and pushed the words out, tearing them from my chest. "Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum." The moment the first words of Ayat al-Kursi left my mouth, the entire room shuddered. The shadow in the corner recoiled, its shape fracturing like smoke hit by a strong wind. The not Selena screeched, a sound that wasn't human, a layered shriek that pierced my skull. Her mouth tore wider, splitting her face almost in half, then imploded, collapsing into a swirling black mass. I kept reciting, stumbling but determined, each verse like a rope I clung to. "La ta'khudhuhu sinnatun wa la naum." Light, soft, golden, like dawn, began to leak from the cracks of my room, from under the door, from behind the wardrobe. The darkness writhed in pain around me. The figure in the corner thinned, shrinking, its oppressive weight lifting from my chest. Just before it fully dissolved, I heard a voice, not from the Selena thing, not from the shadow, but from everywhere and nowhere at once. A dry whisper curling around my ears. "We see you, even when you forget who sees you." I woke up with a violent jerk. My heart slammed against my ribs. My bedsheet was damp with sweat. The room was dark, too dark. For a long moment, I couldn't move. I just lay there, staring at the corner behind my desk. It looked empty, but my skin crawled as if 1,000 unseen eyes were on me. This time, with a trembling voice, I recited Ayat al-Kursi aloud. Then the Mu'awwidhatayn, Surat al-Falaq and the Nas, remembering how the Prophet ﷺ would recite them before sleeping and blow into his hands, wiping them over his body. I did the same, my hands shaking. Only then did the heaviness lift. The air felt clearer, like a suffocating weight had been removed. I didn't sleep again until Fajr. When the adhan finally called, its sound felt like a shield. Even now, months later, I can't look at that corner of my room for too long when the lights are off. I still see her sometimes when I scroll, Selena's face, and I remember that night when a Jinn stole that image to approach me. Ibn Taymiyyah wrote that the Jinn can take forms familiar to us, especially when our hearts are attached and our tongues are silent from dhikr. I learned that the real horror is not in monsters, but in heedlessness. The moment we forget that indeed He sees you, He and His tribe, from where you do not see them, and still sleep without Allah's protection. In this world of the unseen, we are never unobserved, but whoever holds fast to Allah, He is sufficient for them. Indeed, Allah is the best of protectors.